Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, both Ethereum and Bitcoin are moving back to the upside after these recent bullish divergence patterns. So I'll be talking about that in just a moment, alongside a new signal that is flashing, which I'll talk about later in the video, so definitely stick around. First of all, just giving you a quick update here on the daily Bitcoin chart. And obviously right now, as of recording this video, the price of Bitcoin on the daily time frame is still within this larger bullish trend. But of course, right now, the price is running into this significant area of resistance on the daily time frame, sitting in between around 28,000 to 29.5k approximately. And if you're looking at the price oscillators, as for the momentum right now on the daily time frame, this is starting to slowly flip back into the more bullish direction, because obviously over the last 1 to 1.5 weeks or so, we have seen short-term bearish momentum as seen here in both the MACD and the RSI, because obviously, as I said back here at this local high, the RSI on the daily time frame on the Bitcoin chart was overbought, telling us we're due to see a cool off or a setback from the bullish trend. And now that we have seen this, the RSI on the daily time frame is beginning to potentially turn back to the upside. Meanwhile, the daily Bitcoin MACD, after having a bearish crossover around a week ago, is currently shifting its momentum back to the upside, but we are still yet to confirm another bullish cross here on the daily time frame. So at least as of right now, once again, we're still within a larger bullish trend here on the Bitcoin chart, but technically speaking, we have not yet confirmed the continuation of that bullish trend, as in we haven't confirmed the next significant leg to the upside. So we're still currently within this cool-off phase until we see a little more confirmation here on the daily time frame, such as a break back above this resistance in the price action or a bullish cross here in the MACD, for example. But now, if you're zooming into the smaller time frames, like here on the 4-hour Bitcoin chart, obviously over the last one day, we have finally flipped more bullish, which is of course what I was warning about in my last video. If you watched my last video, I said we have already broken out here in the 4-hour Bitcoin RSI, which is a bullish signal telling us that we are potentially about to regain some more bullish momentum. And I also said if we see a break above 27.8k, then we're likely going to go towards this price target sitting at around 28.4k approximately, which is exactly what we have seen. So obviously, congrats to any of you who took this latest trade in the price of Bitcoin if you watched my last video. And as for the next significant area of resistance in the short term at least, we have this area of resistance sitting in between around 28.7k to 29k. And once again, as I said in my last video, this breakout in the price action and the RSI were not the only bullish signals I was paying attention to, because we also had an active bullish divergence here on the 4-hour Bitcoin chart, which right now is playing out and is technically still active. So once again, this means we should not be expecting any significant bearish momentum in the imminent short term, and instead is a signal pointing towards a little bit more bullish momentum, at least in the short term. So overall, on the larger time frames, once again, we're still within a larger bullish trend, but we have not confirmed the next significant leg to the upside in this bullish trend, at least not yet. But on the smaller time frames, I'm currently leaning more bullish than bearish, because we simply have multiple bullish confirmation signals here on the 4-hour time frame. And speaking of bullish confirmation signals, taking a look at the funding rates for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all of these other coins, because right now the funding rate across most exchanges for most of these coins are currently sitting in the negative. And in case you're new to all of this, this basically means the majority out there are trying to short Bitcoin and these other coins, because basically when the price on the derivatives market is trading lower for these coins than the spot market, that essentially means the short traders are outpacing the long traders, meaning they're pushing the price down on the derivatives market, which puts the funding rate in the negative territory, which basically means the short positions have to pay this funding rate as a regular fee fee to the long positions. So this incentivizes more longs to be opened and more short to be closed, which is a bullish thing for markets, because when a long position is opened, the buying pressure is applied immediately to markets. But when a short position is opened, the selling pressure is applied immediately. So right now, with a lot of people already shorting, the selling pressure has already been applied. But when you close a short position, that actually applies buying pressure, because you have to buy back into the market to cover a short position. And so technically speaking, once again, with the funding rate in the negative, this is more of a bullish indicator than a bearish indicator as of right now. And the more negative these funding rates go, the more of a signal that is pointing towards a possible short squeeze. So obviously moving forward, I'll be keeping an eye on these funding rates and updating you if they have any significant changes here in these videos and in real time over on my Twitter, which is in the link down below in the description and in the pinned comment. And now, just before getting into the Ethereum part of this video, first covering the Bitcoin dominance, which is still running into this significant area of resistance on the weekly time frame, which is sitting in between around 47.5% to 48.5%. And so once again, as I've explained recently on the channel over the last 1 to 2 weeks, if the Bitcoin dominance goes to the upsides, that basically means Bitcoin is outperforming most of the crypto market. So when the Bitcoin dominance goes to the upside, it's usually better to simply hold Bitcoin over altcoins. But on the flip side, if the Bitcoin dominance is going to the downside, that usually means altcoins in general are outperforming Bitcoin. Now, obviously, that does not mean every single altcoin in the market is outperforming Bitcoin. It just means on average, most altcoins are doing better than Bitcoin if the dominance is dropping. And so right now, with the Bitcoin dominance still running into this important area of resistance, this is basically a pivotal moment in the market, because once again, as I've explained in recent weeks on the channel, if we see a confirmed breakout above this resistance, then that would continue the run in Bitcoin, meaning Bitcoin will essentially be outperforming most altcoins. But on the flip side, if we confirm a further rejection from this resistance in the Bitcoin dominance, that would essentially lead to an altcoin season, meaning altcoins once again outperforming Bitcoin. But right now, with the Bitcoin dominance back in this resistance without having confirmed a breakout, we simply need to wait for some more confirmation. So this is essentially a deciding moment that can actually last for weeks, because remember, this is on the weekly time frame. We're talking about the much larger moves in the market. But right now, we just need to remain patient in order to see the next major decision made here in the Bitcoin dominance. But anyway, now getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this right here is on the daily ETH to US dollar chart. And obviously, in terms of the larger trend at play, nothing has changed over the last 1 day. And of course, we still have this area of support where we saw a recent bounce from, sitting in between around 1770 to 1820, with this resistance sitting in between around 1980 to 2040. And as for the current phase within this larger bullish trend, it's basically the same here for Ethereum as what I said earlier for Bitcoin. We have not yet confirmed the continuation or the next leg to the upside here in the larger bullish trend. So right now, we are technically still within this cool off or this pause from the bullish trend, kind of like what we saw back here. But if we start to see more bullish confirmation signals, such as breaking above resistance in the price or a strong reversal in the RSI, for example, then obviously that could help confirm the continuation in this larger bullish trend. But anyway, now zooming into the shorter term, this is on the 4-hour ETH to US dollar chart. And obviously over the last 1 day or so, we have seen a bullish movement in the price of ETH as expected, because we recently confirmed this bullish divergence pattern, as I also talked about in my last video. And so once again, this simply means we should not be expecting any significant bearish momentum in the short term. And instead, we're likely going to see either some sideways price action, if not a slight bounce in the price of ETH. So at least in the imminent short term, I'm currently leaning more bullish than bearish due to this bullish divergence currently actively playing out. And as for resistance, we do have a little bit of short-term resistance just here at around 1880, but above that, we have more significant resistance in between around 1920 to 1940. 1940. And if we see a confirmed breakout above 1940, obviously that would be more of a bullish scenario, and in that case we would likely head up towards these local highs. And as for support here on the 4-hour time frame, we have this area of support sitting in between around 1830 to 1850 approximately, and below this level of support we have more significant support down here at around 1.7k to around 1730. And now if you want to know how to maximize your profits in crypto, no matter if the price is going to the upside, to the downside, or simply chopping around sideways, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how to make money if the price is either going up or going down, and the video in the bottom left shows you how to make money if the price is chopping around sideways. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.